My name is Ivo van Aart and I'm the director of One of the Boys.
And I'm Wander Theunis and I'm the screenwriter of the film.
One of the Boys is a short film about a young boy who plays korfbal, a very Dutch sport. It's the only mixed sport. He's 13, 14 years old and he starts to notice that the boys in his team start talking about the girls. Not per se in a very charming way. So he sort of has to decide for his own if he wants to go along or if he chooses to be more correct.
Well, actually our producer, Rogier Kramer from Dutch Mountain Film, it's a Dutch company. He's been playing korfbal for almost his whole life, I think. So like the arena of that mixed gender sport kind of came from him. But the idea, no, it's not necessarily a very personal, experience-based story, but the themes that are in it are very, well, they're close to our heart, I think. Yeah.
We started with talking about, for example, what Trump said about the locker room talk and in general the toxic masculinity theme that has been in the news lately, and we wanted to tell a story about that, so that's how this plot came about. When we started making this film, we had a big challenge because we had to have a cast of a lot of 13, 14-year-old boys and girls who also were able to play korfbal and and be able to act as well. And that wasn't easy to find. Producer Rogier did an open casting in the korfbal community, and there we found actually one of the lead roles over there, and a few of the cast members were out of the korfbal scene, but we trained a little bit with them and they got to know the sport. So it's not an easy task to find those two things in a 13-year-old kid.
Rogier tried to teach us a little bit.
Yeah.
Took us along to some training sessions.
Yeah, I trained along with the cast for one practice. I still can't manage to put a ball in the korf. So
I think the version that Dutch people play in high school is a very dumbed down version of the actual game, which has a lot of intricate rules. And it's about, I think, identity is very interesting to me, because I think identity is a very large part of people's armor as they walk around in the world, living a life, being a person, defining who you are as opposed to the other. And I think this film is also a little bit about that, like about this boy who has to decide who he is, and deciding who you are is always easier if you have an example or if you have something you don't want to be. So I think, stories about people, young people exploring that, who they want to be, I think that's an interesting thing to me.
I think the primary focus in my work is actually on the internet and what that does to people and social structures and how we react to that. That is at least right now, but maybe in a year or so I'll change that. But the most important thing is that it has to tell something about the world we're living in.